What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey, everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have the Guess Who. Yes, indeed, how about that? The Guess Who making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity bot, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Michael Clark. And Michael wanted to see me react to this song by the Guess Who called Share the Land. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard this song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a second, hold it, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let's see, this was posted by 69 Love It, all right? And the video has 3.8 million views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. The Guess Who Share the Land. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Have you been around? Have you done your share of coming down? Different things that people do. Have you been aware? You got brothers and sisters who care about what's gonna happen to you in a year from now.
Really grab on the voice.
Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now. Did you pay your dues? Did you read the news this morning when the paper landed in your yard? Do you know their names? Can you play their games without losing track? Coming down a bit too hard. Hey, maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now. Maybe I'll be there to shake your hand. Maybe I'll be there to share the land that they'll be giving away when we all live together. I'm talking about together now.
Sounds like we have a guitar solo here. Let me back up a little bit. We can play the guitar solo in its entirety. Okay. It sounds good. I mean, there's some fidelity issues, obviously. You can hear some hiss, and you could definitely hear some static. I think that's all due to the time period. I think that's all due to the equipment and you know, the ability that they had back then. The chordal progression sounds good. I like it. I like the transition to the major feel when we go into the chorus. I like that. It's very pleasing to the ear. It's got that release that as opposed to the minor feel that we had in the verses that was build and build and build and build, and then we get this release in the chorus. Very, very smart. I'm digging on the vocals. For in two different regards. Number one, okay, obviously the harmonies that are being done. I like them. It sounds good. It sounds full. It sounds accurate. Everybody's singing in pitch. Everybody's singing on key. I like that. But I gotta say, the lead vocalist, I like his style. I do. He's got some depth and some fullness in the lower register, but at the same time, he's just got that just a little pinch of gravel in there, just enough to give it a little attitude. I like it. For a style of song like this, a style of music like this, very fitting. As far as are they playing live, I have my suspicions, but I'm not 100% sure. Look, this is a television show, and for most bands, when they appear on television, they are told it's a lip sync job, and you don't have a say in the matter. We're gonna have all the cables connected. It's gonna look like your cables are going into an amplifier, but they're not really gonna go anywhere. Well, here's the thing: if you look, we're at we'll say 150. If you look at the stage, I think we might have an amplifier there. That might be a music stand. I'm not 100% sure. But if you're looking around, do you see? Okay, those are amps. Never mind. Their amplifiers are there. But do you see any wedges? Is that a wedge? Can't really tell. They may be playing live. It's very possible. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say they are definitely not playing live. Because, well, the amps are there. That might be a wedge. It's possible. They might be able to hear themselves. Poor bass player doesn't have a wedge, though. That's a bummer. And this one wedge is being shared by two guitar players. I don't see a wedge with the drummer. I don't see a wedge with the keyboard player. No. This is before in-ears. This is a long time before in-ears were a thing. So I don't know, man. I mean, I've seen a lot of bands, go through the motions and end up doing a lip sync job that have all the mics, with cables running through them. Guitars are all plugged in on one end, but the other end goes absolutely nowhere. It's all smoke and mirrors. Television is a weird beast, man. And the thing is, you're completely at the mercy of the television studio. You got to follow their rules and their protocols. You have to. Unless you are just a super mega talent, Like if Elvis Presley were to appear, on I don't know, some show back in the, late 60s, early 70s, if he were to appear with his whole band, I think he's got enough stroke that he doesn't have to worry about following the guidelines of the television studio. And I think the studio will pretty much bow down to whatever he says, But you got to be a mega talent. You got to be a huge name to be able to, break protocol for the television studios. Because like I said, 9 times out of 10, the television studios are going to tell you it's our way or the highway, And trust me when I say this, record labels want you on that television studio. They want you on that television show. They want the exposure, national exposure. So they're going to tell you to suck it up and go out there and lip sync. And you got to do it. You got it. Whether you want to or not is irrelevant. You have to do it. Why? Because you're under contract. And if you don't, you're in breach of contract. That is a realm you really do not want to go into, I promise you. So, are they lip syncing? I I don't know. I'm going to go on a limb. I can't believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to go on a limb and say they're not. They have their amps there. It looks like there are wedges, or at least one wedge for the two guitar players. It's strange the bass player doesn't have a wedge. I don't see a wedge on the drummer, and I don't see a wedge on the keyboard player. But I don't know. The Guess Who were a pretty big name back in the 60s. Maybe they are playing live. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. The jury's out, okay? Let's just leave it at that. The jury's out. Maybe they're playing live, maybe they're not. We'll just leave it at that. Let's get back into this. Maybe it was live. I heard it. Right there. Right there. Back up again. Heard a little scoop up. Okay, maybe they are playing live. Maybe that's all the evidence I need. I would have to hear the original recording and see if that scoop is in the original recording or not. But that was definitely a glissando. That was definitely a scoop. So, okay, that is evidence that definitely proves or points to a live performance, which is great. That's great. A little loud on the top there, too. Top note was a little flat as well. Okay. Curious to know what show that was. What show it was and what television station is it on, because that would also explain a lot, too. I know countries outside of America are far less constraining on their protocols. I know American television is very strict when it comes to their protocols. They're very protective of their intellectual properties. So they definitely enforce their rules a lot more than other television studios in other countries. So that could be a factor as well. But based on what I heard right there, I'm really leaning toward this was a live performance. I'm really leaning that way. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was the Guess Who with Share the Land. This was a request from Michael Clark. Okay, I got a score. Let's get to it, shall we? On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that a 7.1. Yep, 7.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, first things first, a 7.1. What does that mean? Well, a 7.1 would translate to a really good skill rating because overall, I think this was a really good presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and a B letter grade. That's B as in boy. So there you go, a 7.1, really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? So glad you asked. The more I thought about this, taking everything into account, the more I am convinced this was an actual live performance. There's just too many things pointing to it. I mean, the fact that they had the amplifiers out there and they look like they're plugged in, they look like they're turned on. There were at least, I couldn't see the drum riser. I couldn't see the drum riser very well. And I couldn't see, I couldn't see around the piano either. So there may have been floor wedges by the drummer and by the piano player. There may have been. I don't know, but I have no concrete evidence to say that there wasn't. So I definitely saw one for the guitar players. That little box down there. That was a floor wedge. None for the bass player. That's a little weird, but maybe he didn't want one. It's possible. It's very possible. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what the floor wedge situation was, but I mean, the fact that the amps were out there, they were plugged in, they were on, that definitely helped. And that might be part of the reason why we had such fidelity issues. We had a lot of hiss, a lot of static. It sounded like maybe we had a bad ground somewhere within some of the cables. Maybe some of the cables were fraying. That would help explain it. It absolutely would. The vocals kind of had that, it definitely had that live sound. The vocals were not compressed and properly mixed. So I'm really leaning toward, plus the fact that we had those 2 spots at the end where the vocals were just a little bit out. We had that little glissando up, and the top voice, whoever had the high note, was just a little bit flat ending into the end there. That leads me to believe that this was live. It absolutely was. So I believe wholeheartedly that this was a live performance. Good on them for being able to perform that level in a live situation, especially on television. So good on them for that. As far as the song itself goes, it's a very simple song. It's a very easy to follow along song. The chordal progression, it's easy. It's not complicated at all. But is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It sounds good. It's pleasing to the ear. It flows well. It makes sense. So I got no issue with it. I'm just not going to sit here and go, oh my God, that's the most amazing songwriting I've ever heard in my life. No, it's not. I've heard far more impressive songwriting than this. But it was solid across the board. So I got no issues with it. Instrumentation sounded good. Guitars, bass, drums, all sounded like they belonged. All sounded solid across the board. Piano playing. I kind of felt like the piano was the lead instrument a little bit up until the guitar solos took over. When the guitar solos would kick in, they definitely took the lead without question. It was nice to see that though. Because you'd be amazed how many bands I have seen where the piano is the lead instrument, right? And here comes the guitar solo, and the piano continues to be the lead instrument and just buries everything the guitar player is doing on that solo. It's a real shame. So I was glad to see that when the guitar solo did take the lead, piano player backed off. So thank you for that. The vocal harmonies, even in a studio session, having 4-part vocal harmonies. I mean, that especially back in the day, like back in the day where we were, that's pretty darn good, man. It sounded really good, and in a live setting, it makes it even more impressive. So, I gotta give it to them. If I'm being honest, that's why we're up in the 7th. Was the vocal harmony. Very well done. Very well done. I gotta say, I would even dare. I have a hard time saying impressive because I've heard other bands do it, but the fact that they did it in a live setting, gotta give them credit for that. You absolutely do. So that's what bumped them up into the 7s, if I'm being honest. 7.1. The live show. Now listen, again, appearing on television, there are so many rules you have to follow. That you have to follow these rules, and if you don't, you sign a contract that says that you read all the rules and you're gonna follow them, and you sign on the dotted line. So if you don't follow the rules, you could get not just you can get you in trouble, you can get your band in trouble, you can get your record label in trouble. Now, granted, the record label will take full responsibility. At least that's what they should do, because that's part of the job of a record label, is to protect their artists, protect their investment, protect their product. So record label will take the heat, but trust me, you're going to get a stern talking to, and possibly find yourself paying some fines to the record label as a result. So I am sure that the members of the band were told to get up on those drum risers in this particular order and don't move. Stay there so we can keep you in focus, you know? I'm sure they were told what to do. I'm sure they were. So I'm not going to hold that against them because they're just following the rules and protecting themselves. So was it the most exciting performance to see? No, it wasn't. But again, it's television. So I don't know what the rules are for that particular television station, because I have no idea what television station it wasn't even where they were appearing on. I don't know what television show they were appearing on. So I wish I had more information on that. Now for the record, I'm not blaming Michael Clark for that. I mean, I wish there had been more info, like with like a Chiron credit or something. I don't know, or something in the title, the video title saying, appearing on, this show. And it would have been nice, Dick Cavett show. That would have been nice, showing us, what show it was, what station it was on. Could have helped with context possibly, but that's all right. I'll be honest with you folks, sometimes I actually prefer going in blind like this, so that way I have no expectations. But in any case, looking at the overall product that we had there, 7.1, yeah, I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have a 7.1, which is a really good skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and a B letter grade. That's B as in boy. Take your pick, I don't care, whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.